Hello Node.js developers, welcome back to another live build. Today it's going to be something very special, something that you wouldn't imagine is possible a couple of years or even a couple of months before. Today we're going to build a 3D game in React Native and Expo, and we're going to do that by using AI as much as possible to write the code. So in 2025, like if you're following Twitter, this kind of coding where we are just prompting an AI to write the code, this type of coding is called vibe coding. So that's what we are going to do today. We're gonna vibe code a 3D game in React Native. So this trend, shout out to Peter Levels, who started this trend with vibe coding, and Peter is building a flight simulator. And actually here it is, like it runs in browser, it's using ThreeJS, it's multiplayer, and it's actually already generating money. So it's at 67K per month. This game, yes, this game, that's right. Where is it? Here it is. So pretty impressive, and it's a fun way to experiment and to see where are we in the AI writing code space. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to get a coffee. We're going to put on maybe some music and start coding a game in mobile development. This is something different from everyone else on Twitter. Everyone is doing web applications, web games. Now we are going to do in a React Native on a mobile phone using ThreeJS as well. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited what we are going to manage to build today. And I would like you to also help me here in the live chat with ideas, with anything that comes to mind, to see how we can maximize AI in our process of building software, games, and so on. Because AI nowadays is so good. Like even previous week, if you follow the channel, I've built an AI agent in just 1.5 hours. I built an application that would generate code and run that code in the cloud. And I built all the backend, the front end. Here is the front end. If you write a question and it decides that it needs to run code, it will first generate the code and then we'll execute that code. And I managed to do that in less than 2 hours, guys, even with deploying everything to Genesio, both the agent, the executor, and the front end that I also built by prompting like an AI. So we live in probably the moment where everything moves, like it's a turning point, especially for developers and how we are going to develop. And it's actually a fun time to be alive. In fact, this tutorial is brought to you by Genesio. So if you're interested and if you're working on AI agents, Genesio offers a platform for testing your AI agents. You can run real-world simulations to evaluate your models and to make sure that they are secure and compliant. They offer tools like fact-checking or offensive language detection, or even you can build your custom agents and deploy to their platform. Actually, even though it's coming soon, you can check out the tutorial that I've built where I've built an agent and I deploy it to Genesio. Because Genesio also has a deployment platform and you can deploy any kind of frameworks, both front-end and back-end, in the cloud. They are super performant, very fast, and easy to work and integrate to deploy your applications. So if you have to deploy your web applications or your agents, check out genesio.com and you'll thank me later. You can also find the link in the description below to sign up and start using Genesio today. Thank you very much, Genesio, for sponsoring this video, and let's go ahead and get started with our vibe coding. So what do we need for vibe coding? We need to initialize a project. We need AI-powered editor, which I'm going to get into a second, or at least an AI tool, an AI chat interface like ChatGPT or Grok, Anthropic, and Claude, or anything like that. So let me go ahead actually in somewhere here in projects, maybe lab. Let's go ahead and say npx expo create expo up at latest. Let's choose a template. Let's go ahead and select blank TypeScript. Even though I don't think I'm going to use TypeScript, it's good to have a configuration there. And the app name, let's do Vibecraft. The project that I'm building, like this is something that I haven't fully decided. So if you have some ideas of what actual project I should build, let me know. I'd be really curious to hear your opinions. I'm thinking about something where at some point, if it works well, we could add multiplayer and it would be a fun experience to play together. And at the same time, like it should be some kind of an open world where you don't need like a lot of players at the same time to start a game or do something like that. Hello, Francesco. Hello, Vladimir. Hello, Rogelio, Prince, David. How are you doing, guys? Now that our Expo project is set up, I'm going to go ahead and open it with Cursor and Vibecraft. And Cursor, if you haven't heard of it, it's basically a fork of Visual Studio Code. That's why it looks so much similar to Visual Studio Code, but it has some additional features that will allow AI-powered development, such as this chat on the right that we're going to use to prompt and edit our code. I'm going to open up.tsx. Let's go ahead and run our application. You can even do that in Cursor here, saying like run the application. But I'm going to still reuse some of my knowledge of how to work with Expo and React Native. I'm going to save some time and just run it here. Now the application is being run on the simulator. Let me go ahead and bring here the, so I could see, Bomberman for multiplayer. I think Bomberman would be super easy to do. And I'm thinking about something 3D actually. One of my ideas is actually to build Minecraft. Might be something fun. And I actually already, where is it? I tried something today. And in a couple of minutes, just to make sure that everything would work, I put together a very simple proof of concept for Minecraft. So I think if you don't have better ideas, we're gonna go with Minecraft. It's a fun game. I think that we could play if we are together, if we add multiplayer by the end. Quake 3. I actually haven't played Quake, or maybe I played it, but like when I was super young. Do it Minecraft, super good, nice. Perfect, so here we have our application running. What we need first is we're going to use we're going to use ThreeJS. This is what most of these guys that are vibe coding are using, ThreeJS. So ThreeJS with Expo, there is, let's do, I actually wrote a guide, like I'm not sure why there is no tutorials here, but let's first of all look for Expo GL for GL. And the Expo GL is provides a view that acts as an OpenGL renderer, and then having OpenGL, we can use ThreeJS. So first I'm going to install this one, or maybe I'm a bit afraid, but let's try it because this is vibe coding. Let's go ahead and actually not look through the docs, but ask Cursor to set up our Expo project for ThreeJS. Let's see what are going to be the suggestions here. ThreeJS in React Native. What? Yes, actually, if you search ThreeJS, I think Nike, there is this a beginner guide to 3D animations, React Native with ThreeJS. And this is a tutorial I did previous year around February that actually a lot of you guys have loved. And there we used ThreeJS to build this application. Where is it? I would like a demo. Oh, here it is. To load this. So this guide actually a lot of people are reading and are finding very helpful. And in this one, I'm also using React Free Fiber, which maybe we're going to discuss a bit later. So what do we see here? I'll help you set up ThreeJS with your Expo. First, let me search for the best way to integrate ThreeJS with Expo. Well, if you look in my blog, you're going to see that we don't need Fiber, or maybe we need, or maybe not. Fiber is just a easier way to write. So instead of writing it imperatively, you write them declaratively, similar to how you would render stuff in React Native. So because in our case, like it's a full game, like I think we're gonna write a lot of imperative code. So that's why we might not need Fiber at all. Well, we need Expo GL for the OpenGL. We need Expo Free for the integration of ThreeJS in Expo. Maybe Expo file system if we want to load models. So I see that it's kind of slow. We'll see what it says, but I'm going to start. I don't want like spending a lot of time. I'm going to do npx expo install. As I said, we need free. We need Expo Free and Expo GL. I think that's what we need. Yeah, free libraries. ThreeJS, which says free, Expo Free, and Expo GL. We see some errors that might give us a bit of headache later, but for now I think everything is good. Then I'm going to go back in the Expo GL here documentation. Maybe I'm going to stop this one and I'm going to say render and Expo GL render hello world, maybe as cube with ThreeJS and Expo GL. That's the point, is that as someone said, like ThreeJS in React Native, what? I think it's a super niche topic and there might not be a lot of information for AI to be super trained. But once we do all the setup here, everything else is simple ThreeJS. So and I think like the AI will be good to go. Okay, we see that we have to do npm install expo gl, expo free and free. So a bit late, but it recommended like the right libraries to install. Hello, Rudkash. Pavid, hello. Hello, Abdul. Will ThreeJS not make the application bulky? I don't care about, like, we are just vibe coding. Does ThreeJS SEO friendly? What do you mean SEO friendly? Is React Free Fiber, does React Free Fiber support React Native? Based on my, yes, it supports. So you can, yeah, it supports. And as you can see here in this guide that I wrote 1 year ago, I'm using React Free Fiber on top of ThreeJS. Okay, I don't like that it's taking so much time here. So again, I'm going to probably start doing something by myself, at least the configuration. Expo free maybe. And there should be an example. This is the example. So I'm going to copy the whole view here and replace my application with this hello world that would render the GL view. Now let's go ahead and restart our server. And as we can see here, I think they're saying somewhere it's saying that it's mostly working on a physical device. That's also going to be a bit tough. So let's see, let's reload. You had to hit run command. Oh, to go to the next step, you mean? Oh, my bad. I thought that it's still like thinking about the next steps because I already did that manually. And if I do that, I think it's working. We just don't have anything. Now, if I will go ahead and try to open the model here and say render a cube, let's see what's going to do. I'm going to prepare my device. Because most probably it's going to work better on a physical device, but still. So here it is. Let's just go ahead and click apply, do accept, and reload the application. And here we have a cube. It was supposed to be rotating, and it's actually rotating, but it's super slow. And if I'm not mistaken, this is only like on the emulator. So let me try to run it on my physical device by going ahead and scanning this QR code here. Come on. Yes. Yes. And also, I think I will go ahead and share with, give me just 1 second, player. Let's do a movie recording. Where is it? Here it is. For some reason it doesn't connect with my phone. I just want to show my phone screen. Oh, yes, I found it. Okay. And here it is. Here is the cube that is running, and it's way smoother on a physical device compared to the simulator. So I'm going to go ahead and close, maybe not close the simulator, but put it on the side. Maybe I'm going to close the application, and we're going to test it with my physical device. Like this. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and say that let's be very optimistic and just say build a Minecraft game with ThreeJS. Just be crazy. Let's see where we're going to end up with. Okay, that's what? A basic flat 10 cubes by 10 cubes. We're gonna see the code, but first let's apply and let's accept. I don't know what's that, but it looks like a huge cube. We have create block. Okay. Add player movement like in Minecraft. Because moving the player means moving the camera around that terrain. Because what we have here is we have the world by calling the generate terrain. And this is a function here, generate terrain, that will go from 0 to world size, z to world size, and is going to generate blocks. Creating a block is basically a box with some mesh with different colors, because if it's grass or not, we're gonna add more layers, types of blocks here, and it's going to create a position based on where we say like we want it. After the terrain is created, we add like ambient light for lightening the scene, directional light to create shadows, and then we run animate, and animate is what is going to change stuff. Now here I said like add the possibility to move a player. So let's apply and let's see what it did here. It saves the camera ref, have move speed and rotate speed, move state, forward, backward, left, right, rotate, handle touch controls. This is the touch control to know when the user is touching the screen, and left side of the screen controls movement, right side of the screen controls rotation. Nice. On pan response release. Update player position is a function that will take the camera and move it probably. So it looks promising. Let's do accept file and let's try to do something. Because we see that left side of the screen controls movement. So if I do something on the left side, okay, it moved. I don't know where, but it moved. Oh, it's actually like a joystick. Oh, nice. And right side of the screen, if I do on the right side, it's controlling the probably rotation, but it's too fast. So I'm going to reduce even the move speed. I'm going to add a 0 here and the rotate speed. So that, I think I'll need to reload, and that's going to happen like often. Okay, that is moving. Oh, nice. And this one is rotating, but it's rotating only on one axis. Because here, if we look here, move, rotate X. Oh, I will add one more rotation, but because I'm quite happy with what we have right now, just in case, I'm going to do git commit -am, and this is going to be, I don't know, basic world and movement. Perfect. Let's go ahead and say, hey AI, add rotation to also look up and down. I don't know on which axis you're rotating. I think you're rotating on the Z axis there. It says Y. I don't know. I don't need to do because I can say move up and down. That's what I'm missing here. Hello, Rafael from Portugal. How are you doing today? Will you share this repo with us later? Sure. Vibe coding, sharing everything. Let's go. I think like this is degrading developers. After some time, you just rely on AI too much and doing old school coding gets boring. What do you think? I don't think that's the type of mentality is going to serve you. It's just like, it's going to happen, like things are going to change, we want it or not, and it's about adapting to them. It's not about like But what's the value in old school coding? There is no value in old school coding. The value is in solving problems and solving real problems in the world, and that's what brings value. And for a very long time, that was happening by typing on the keyboard a lot of characters and building software. In the past, that was happening by doing something else, like by farming. And it's changing. Things are changing, and we just need to adapt. It's not like what we think is better or worse. It's the same as when our parents didn't want to use a computer, saying that it's making you dumber because you don't remember things. Like in their childhood, they could remember all phone numbers, and now we don't do that because we can look in our phone. Is it worse now than in the past? But okay, we're not going to get into the philosophical here, just some of my opinions. Let me go ahead and say we already generated this Y movement, so let's just apply it, and it's going to apply also rotation on the Y-axis. If I do accept or accept file, and then reload here. Let's see if I move somewhere, for example, to see some more of this world. Okay, that's crazy. Oh, come on. Yeah, it moves in two directions. Still moves too fast, I think, 0.02. And I think it's time to move it sideways, right? So let me go ahead in app.json, the orientation, I'm going to do landscape. And let's reload, and that is going to put our phone in the landscape mode like this. And we are going to have it somewhere here. Maybe we are going to separate now this view, the demo, with the coding. So here is the demo. I have my phone in front of me. Perfect. Let's go ahead and add on the UI some feedback of the controls, because right now, like, we don't know exactly how to control. Like, we just look into the code and we see that right screen controls rotation. Let's go ahead and say, maybe I'm going to do a lot of git commit, so I don't even think I'm going to do them properly. Git commit, and here let's go ahead and say add visual UI for the joystick controls. Challenge it to agent for better results. What do you mean by that? Right now you are on chat. Hello from Kazakhstan. Hello Azamat, how are you doing? Is there will be AI training model videos? AI training model videos. You mean if we're gonna integrate some AI models that are based on videos? If you're interested, yeah, I'm fine. I'm happy to explore all of this new world. So what do we see here? We see that it wants to also add haptic feedback. That's nice. So somewhere here, we see that it created a joystick file. Let's position left to right. It will handle this kind of stuff. Now we import the joystick here, handle movement, handle camera joystick, and we'll render two joysticks here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do apply into components. This is a new file, accept file, and here in app.json, we're going to accept the changes to handle the joysticks. And look at this, we already have joysticks. So if I do like this, we are moving forward, we are moving backward, sideways, and with the right one, we should be able to rotate up. Is rotating up? No, rotating up is not working. That's what I was saying. Rotating up is not working because remember I was saying I believe that rotation should happen on the Z axis. So that's why if I want to look up, it's rotating on the other axis. When I want to, there is a bug with the rotation. I try to look up, but it rotates sideways. Let's see if it will fix this issue by itself. Error connected to Entropy. You've hit the rate limit with Anthropic. Please switch to the default mode, another model, or try it again in a few moments. Oh boy. Let's try again. Okay. So what's the change? The issue is how we are applying the X and Y rotation. Not the negative sign. I don't think so, to be honest. I think it's simply rotation on the Z axis. Is this the only thing that it wants to change? Let's go ahead and reload. If I look up, oh, it works. If I look down, it works. If I look sideways, I know. Most probably, I also want to lock the rotation around the third axis. I don't remember which one is that, probably around Z, so that I don't rotate it like sideways. We can lock the Z rotation, the roll, by ensuring the camera up vector stays fixed. Here is how to modify the code. Let's apply. That should always camera up, keep the vector pointing straight. So I think now it should be fixed with rotation. If I move up, down, sideways, feels a bit weird, isn't it? Like going from here, or maybe like there is no frame of reference. No, I don't like the, no. There is something wrong with the camera rotation. Let's rewrite it, the logic from scratch. I want to have a camera movement like in first-person games. We can look up, down, left, right, but we cannot rotate, roll, something like that. Let's see how it's going to handle this one. Again, I'm running out of Rafael is saying, thank you very much. I'm super enthusiastic about games, but I never learned something like Unreal or Unit. Actually, before going into mobile and web, like I don't know, around like 7, 8, 9 years ago, I was very much into games, and I was building them with Unity. React Native can apparently do everything now. By the way, Vadim, I watched the GlueStack tutorial, but would love a tutorial on React Native reusables plus Expo router. Thank you very much. Thank you for the idea. By the way, we have an idea board, which you can find in the description, where you can leave your ideas. And also vote for others. It's a GitHub discussion page where you can submit and vote for ideas that you would like us to build. Let's see if anything changed here for the better or for the worse. I'm going to simply accept it. I'm going to reload. And let's see if it's going to be better. Let's do move left, good, right, good, up, good, down, good. And if we are all the way on the other side, now it's a bit too slow, right? If we are here, up, bottom, good, like it. Up, bottom. Yeah, I think it's perfect now. And the movement still works. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Love it. So I think we nailed the camera rotation. Joysticks, movement, rotation. I want to add some, like the sky, right? There is, I think, a way to set environment or something like that. Let's add the sky for our Minecraft game. Bottom right, there is an option to change what AI model is behind cursor, Claude 3.7, I believe. They load balance across a variety, but Claude 3.07 is the best. Yeah, this now is using 3.5. And here what we see is going to apply create skybox. It's a mesh, light sky blue. The scene is going to have a background. It's going to be the background of a scene, and it's also going to create a skybox. If I remember correctly, there is also ability to add fog in here. Let's reload and see the result of our sky. Mesh basic material doesn't exist. Where is it? Material, it's in our 144. Mesh basic material. Let's just say I get the error. You think if I go with 3.7 is going to be way better? Maybe, yeah. Let's go and see. Should I go this one? Mesh basic material. Okay, accept. Let's do reload. Okay, so we have a sky. Add some fog. If I remember correctly, there is some ways to add fog. Let's do apply. Accept file. Come on. And reload. Here it is. I'm not sure if it added anything, but There is fog color. But it's the same color. Match fog color to sky. It's just going to, yeah, probably exponential fog density. If there will be things far away, it's going to be visible that it's foggy, right? So yeah, if I added 0.5 here, we see that it's already foggy, quite foggy. And even if what I will do is leave it probably to, it will depend like how much we load the map later. Okay, this one is good. And this was our ambient and fog. Perfect. I think what's next important to do is to add some physics, right, to the player to be able to fall, to be able to detect collisions. Add physics to the player. We should fall and detect collisions with the environment. That's going to be fun. So now we are using 3.7. Hopefully, like for things like physics, is going to be better. CMDI, but I changed it here, right? That's what you're suggesting. React Native now better than Flutter for performance. Yes. Simple answer. Let's see what's happening here. I think we do that. So what's happening here? We have gravity, we have jump force, we have player height, width, track movement state, player velocity. We have handle jump, which is not assigned to anything. We have apply movement, calculate with direction. Apply gravity. So yeah, instead of moving, it's first calculating the direction, the movement, adding the movement, and then applying gravity, applying jumping if you need it. Update velocity and position, update player collider. Oh my god, that's so much to build everything yourself. Like, it's going to be crazy. Check the collision with blocks. So we are looking for all the blocks and checking if the player collided with block. Check if standing on a block. Ground ray. That's fun. And here we added a jump button. Let's just do accept file. You'll need to import. Yeah, I think we have it. Let's reload and see that in action. I don't see us falling down. I can move, or maybe we are on the ground. I can jump. Oh, we are on the ground. So the thing is that this block is super small, like the world is small, because I can jump. Look at that. I can move. Now I need to increase the move speed. I can jump. Nice. That's amazing. That's the physics in a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and say git status, git add physics. Perfect. What I want to see now is world size. Block size is 1. I feel that I'm like very high, but if I'm not mistaken, these are the right sizes, right? Player height, player width, maybe. Let's go ahead and let's add different cubes, different tiles. Dirt, grass, and maybe what? Rock. Let's see. Command, is that I or L? If I do command L. But isn't it this one? The command L, the chat. So what's happening here? Let's apply. Oh, we also started with texture loading. Let's expand our block system to include different types of block with distinct appearances. We'll add dirt, grass, and rock, stone, each with their own color. This implementation expands block type, added OK, and has terrain generation, adjusted starting position. For a more Minecraft-like appearance, you could implement textured blocks instead of solid colors. Create different materials for each face for grass blocks. But in that case, I need to load them from somewhere. Perlin noise for more natural terrain. Let's do this one. I don't know what's going to do. Let's test it because I'm afraid what's going to happen. Simple noise. Where is the Perlin noise? Let's go ahead and do Ctrl Z for the last one. Where I'm going to do revert file and only apply the first changes. Where is it? This one. I want to reapply. Accept. Let's reload now and see that in action. Okay, here we have the first crash. Why did that happen? Okay, something is here. So look, I can move. Yeah, now the rotation is super slow. I'm gonna go ahead and increase it here at the top somewhere. Rotate speed. Let's do 0.3 how it was initially. 0 1 0 2. I need to nail the okay. If I moving is quite slow. Oh, here we go on top of a world. Come on, jump. I need to move faster. So 0.5 here. Look, I'm losing the... I cannot do simultaneous joysticks, you see? It's either one or the other. So let's go ahead and say git commit block types. And let's go ahead and say at the moment I cannot use joysticks simultaneously. How do you write that word? Fix it. Fix it, please. What is going to do here? Let's see. Apply. Oh, that's a lot of changes. And I'm not sure why so many. Just renaming stuff. Let's try to accept a file and let's go and reload it. So I want to use both joysticks at the same time. Moving there. Oh, it broke the whole system. Yeah, didn't work. That's why I'm committing often, because now I can do git status, git stash. I think I need to look into the joysticks. Pan responder. Is the pan responder size, height size? Maybe I need to add both. Does it know both of them? Or oh, here is the agent that someone is mentioning. Oh, this is ask and this is agent. Okay. The problem is that I cannot use both joysticks at the same time. As soon as I press on the second one, the first one releases. So is the fixes here on the joystick? If I do apply, and I need also changes. Let's do apply all, accept all, and reload. I see some errors there, but maybe. So now if I go forward and then also rotate, it actually works. But if I release, it's broken. But why is it broken? That seems to work better, but you do not see the chat, right? Let's say it seems to work better, but it gets stuck when releasing. And the joysticks do not return to initial position. Let's fix the issue not returning to initial position. Type errors for joysticks. It also got the type errors. Perfect. Let's see this in action. I'm going to do apply all, accept all, reload. And here it is, moving forward, rotate. No, now I'm trying to rotate, but it's moving the other one. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and I'm not sure if it's going to be the issue that we are using pan responder from React Native. Maybe we should just simply move to gesture handler, maybe. Because there is issues with these two joysticks. Cannot use them together. On pan responder. Let me do git stash to go back to a simplified version. And let's try to switch to gesture handler, to React Native gesture handler. I personally use gesture handler over this one, so I cannot know like if there is some issues here. Let's first install npm install React Native gesture handler. Hello Prince, how are you doing? Okay, it's taking a bit of time. If I do pop out chat, it's coming here. And it's already started updating it. Okay, nice. And what do we see? In the joystick, updated the joystick with gesture handler. Let's do this. Apply all, accept all. In app.js, it's most probably should have done the gesture handler root view. Yes. Let's go ahead and now reload. Maybe restart it and reset the cache. Reload. Okay, here we have it. Individually, it works. If I go in front and then jump, it still works. And I can also independently handle them. And I think my issue simply solved by using React gesture handler. As you can see, like I can walk, I can go back, I can rotate independently, and everything works perfectly. If I move back and this one and release this one, yes. Nice. So I like this one so far. So just by changing the library, it solved. Let's do git add, git commit -m, moved to gesture handler. Maybe I should also move to React Native Reanimated for stuff like this. For what? Animated. Let's see. Move to React Native Reanimated. Here I'm getting technical, but I think it should work better. Let's choose another one. Why deleting my comment? I'm not deleting any comments. What are you trying to write there? Maybe it's the auto moderation. Can I delete property on undefined? Not sure if it installed correctly, but we'll see. Let's do apply all, accept file. I see that something went wrong installing Reanimated, so maybe I'm going to do npx expo install Reanimated. Metadata, what's going on here? Maybe I shouldn't care because we are vibe coding today. So what I wanted to do, not sure if it's going to work because I remember Reanimated has some additional installation steps. So let's check that out. In the install, then we need the Reanimated plugin in Babel config. It might actually done it for us, but I don't see Babel.config here. GS. Let's go ahead and do that. And what else? this is recommended but not mandatory, so I'm going to keep it like this. And let's go ahead and do npx in our terminal. Do npm start -- clear. Now reload and let's see it in action. There was a problem. What problem? Block time. Syntax error. Is that in the missing semicolon in app.tsx. What? Save. Type expected import type. Where is it? Import type. Unexpected comma. Okay, let's see. Type Expo Go module from Expo module core. What did I just include? Reanimated. Oh, maybe. I know. Maybe babel.config needs the preset here. I think I need the preset, the Expo preset. So vibe coding means that you still have to know a couple of things here and there. Expo Babel config. Let's do that with this code. And first I'm going to delete this one and call npx expo customize babel config, and it will generate exiting with no changes. Oh, I need to select. Here is babel.config, and under plugins I can add the Reanimated plugin. Now this one is missing, Babel preset expo. Now I can go here, do reload. Why my phone says 9:41? That was that was crazy. Come on, what's going on here? Let me open again Expo vibe coding, and here we should have it. Didn't work. It didn't work. What? On the joystick it crashed, but why? I don't know. Reanimated. What's going on here? When I try to do something, it simply crashes. Is active, use shared value. I might understand why with Expo GL and I need to debug. I don't know why, and I don't know what to ask the chat. I'm going to do this because for some reason something here crashes my application. If I do reload, now if I interact, nothing crashes. And now I'm going to slowly say that is active equal true. And I don't know. And where should be here translate X and Y. Say this one, the distance, give distance angle, probably this one. Get normalized on move. What's the on move? So now I should be able to move them like this. Perfect. On end, we can do, hey, go back there and not calling on release. So if I finish the move, it's going to move back. Probably the same here. We can do it without the on release. And we know that the issue is probably from this on move. Maybe on release as well. We could try that. Yeah, it crashed. On release, and let's check if on move also does that. Most probably it's trying from a worklet, which is a different thread, trying to interact with a value there. Yeah, this one crashes as well. That's because here these are worklets, meaning that these are functions that are running on the UI thread. But the on move and on release, these are functions that are defined and running on the JavaScript thread. So for example, when we render the joysticks, where is the joystick? I don't think it's inside the GL view. It's separate. This one shouldn't be with gesture detector at all. I don't know why it's with gesture detector. But the joystick, anyway. Handle camera joystick, handle joystick stick release. These are the functions that we are interested in. Let's see the camera move state. Move. I think what you can try to simply say run on GS on move with these values. And here run on GS and the same here. And run on GS is going to allow us to run a JavaScript function from the UI thread. If I do that and reload and open it again, okay, something is happening, but it's not moving, right? Run on GS on move. In up here, handle movement joysticks. Reanimated try to modify key current of an object which has already been passed to a worklet. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a smart idea to move to Reanimated. Maybe I'm missing something. Problem. This warning is displayed to inform the user that a shared value should be used or an object in a worklet should be accessed more granularly, not using shared values. You might get this warning when you do something like this. Run on UI worklet. Object property. So creating a renderer. I'm looking at the docs of Expo 3.js. Reanimated. Anything here? No. GL view reanimated. Integration with reanimated worklets. To use this API inside reanimated worklet, you need to pass the GL context ID to the worklet and recreate the GL object like in the example below. What? So render worklet. Add your WebGL code here on context create. Run on UI context ID. Get worklet context. Render GL. But do I need that? Initialize context. What do we have currently in the code? Let's see. How to start learning React Native? Go ahead, find our channel, and there are so many tutorials here. You can switch by popular, and I recommend you start with a beginner-friendly tutorial. Let's say, actually, go ahead and start with our latest, with this Reddit clone. This is the latest tutorial that we created for beginners, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos of pure value that you will teach you both front-end and back-end. Once you build a couple of projects like this, you can also go to notjust.dev/React Native Mastery, and this is our course which will teach you everything about React Native and Expo. So this is the course that I've been working on for the last more than 1 year. It will teach you all the tools and the tech stack that you can use to build production-ready, performant, and scalable applications with React Native. It uses project-based learning. So by going for a course, you're going to build 7 different projects. So if you're interested, check it out on our website. Also, the link will be in the description below. But back here, I want to see how many changes we have done here. I think mostly related to Reanimated. Let's see if I can yeah, I'm not sure here if I need to do that or not. Let me double check one more thing. What's the problem here? Move state. Did we give anything here on move, on release, size, and position? On move and on release are functions. Size and position. Size and position. Why is that happening? Try to modify the key current of an object which has already been passed to a worklet. What worklet? Is it in app.js? And probably here in the move state.current. And it says that this move state had been passed to a worklet already. I don't know which worklet it's referring to. Maybe I don't need this gesture detector on begin or on finalize. Can it be because of this one? Come on, reload. Okay, it's opening, but there is an issue for some reason. Let's restart the server. Let's reload. It's building, guys. I'm just waiting. Okay, index. Come on, let's go. Man, if this is gonna work, like it's gonna be so fun. I cannot wait to have like a little bit more features here and already add like some multiplayer to be able to join like from multiple devices. Okay, I think I fixed, and I think indeed that was the issue. Now this one works, this one works. We are using Reanimated, and I will go back here and say, hey, the problem was that we have, maybe we're gonna get back to this problem, maybe not, I don't know, but at least the problem right now is that this gesture detector is using the move state, which, yeah. Can I just simply say transform this one to a simple pressable? Oh, I know why. Because it has on begin and on finalize. It didn't do anything. Reject. Transform this jump button to a simple pressable. On press in, on press out. Accept. Let's import pressable, and this gesture detector should be deleted. Now we have jump, and let's see if it will work. It doesn't. I think it's in the same part. Doesn't. Oh no, wait a second. Look, here it works. If I move and jump, move and jump, rotate. Nice. Cool. Still, it's not. What's going on here? Like, what kind of? Why do I see it like this? All right, so what I will go ahead and say, hey, everything is good here. I don't need there was a console log. Console.log. I don't need this one. I think everything is fine now. And I will go ahead and do git commit move to Reanimated. Git commit am to add also. Perfect. I want to adjust a little bit the joystick because the problem right now is that I have to actually pick up this joystick. If I misclick on it, like it doesn't pick up. So it's too focused there. In the joystick, the joystick works fine, but it only starts the movement or only picks up the movement when I start the gesture on the on the joystick circle, like from the middle. This leads to a lot of misclicks. Let's make the whole big circle the gesture detector. Finally, I can see a real pro using cursor. I don't consider myself a pro using cursor. Like even today, I learned something new. But I'm trying to learn and use it more often. Hopefully, going to solve the issue. Let's do apply all. We're gonna see the changes. I don't know which. Oh, here. Relative to the center. Gesture detector. Yeah, okay. Let's accept files. And now if I go here, maybe I need to reload the application. If I press somewhere else, yeah, I think this one is much better. Maybe I still have to work a little bit with, but let me do git commit this one. Fixed joysticks. Speed. Do I need a little bit faster rotation speed? Maybe. What should be the next feature, guys? Please let me know in the chat. What should we do for the next feature? What's going on here? Why are we half of a screen? It's so weird. Reload. Okay. I think the point of view is weird, but I don't know. it can jump very high. Look at this. Jump force 0.1. Jump. Will it? I just need one to jump on one of these blocks. Probably a little bit more. Don't like it, don't like it. I don't like it that for some reason it again broke. Jump force 15, but the problem is that it again, I can use two joysticks now, perfectly fine, but I cannot press on the button if I have my finger on the joystick. I can do it only separately. If I hold one joystick, then the press events for the jump button don't work. Where is that? Move state.current.jump. I think maybe I know what I have to do. The key to change is simultaneously with extra gestures on joysticks. Not sure if it's going to fix it, but let's try. Reload. If I go forward and press jump, still doesn't work. Still doesn't work. I think the problem is with pressable on press in. Yes, right. We should replace, and again we are replacing it. Let's try to replace and fix it a little bit differently. This is going to again give us a problem because we are accessing this move state.current in a worklet and nothing is working. Yes, the solution I hope is going to be creating two functions or saying run on GS handle jump true and run on GS handle jump false. And then we're going to simply create a function somewhere here, handle jump, move state.current.jump, handle jump. Where do we call this handle jump? Nowhere. That's a bit weird. Why? What is happening here? Player on the ground, current false, jump force. Let's see what's going to happen here. I can move, I can jump. Yes, now it works and there is no error. Yeah, perfect, so perfect. And I think that one should prevent us from double jumping. If I jump, I cannot do that. I can jump only if I'm on the ground. Perfect, amazing. Jump, 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 jump. Amazing. Let's go ahead and say git commit fixed joysticks and jumping. How can I make the terrain look a little bit differently? Do I really need, how do I call, like textures? Like I don't like how everything looks the same, and it doesn't look like it looks like 2D in a way. Let's use 3.7. Now the game looks very 2D. How can we spice up a little bit the world cubes? Can I achieve vibe coding with Claude 3.5? Yes, I was using 3.5 for a very long time here. Let's enhance the visual appearance of a world cubes to make them look more 3D and interesting. I'll suggest several improvements to make your blocks more visually appealing. Let's add textures to the blocks instead of solid colors. Add subtle lighting effects. Implement different faces for blocks, especially for grass blocks. Add some randomization to block appearance. Let me implement this. Now let's enhance the block creation appearance. I'll update this one. Let's just do accept all, except what it's doing. It's doing some textures. Try windsurf. Oh, hello Sol, how are you doing? Windsurf has full context of your code base. Cursor is limited because you have to specify the files. Is it true also with the agent as well? Because as we can see, this agent, I didn't specify the files, but it read like specific parts of a file. I don't know, but I would like to try that at some point as well. Now we need to add the texture loading code. Let's look at the end of a file to find the GL view. Let's find the on context. Now let's update. Let's see what's happening here. I have noticed that windsurf can one-shot some issues while cursor can struggle. Is it paid as well? Okay, I gave it a very huge task, as you can see. It also fixed linter errors. Will I need to find these textures or to create them? Okay, this one is a long task. I'm really curious what's gonna happen there. And you know what? I already see some very slight differences in the application. Look at the application now. Nice. Sorry. It also added some noise. That's nice, this agent mode, like it adds and it fixes problems by itself, like it sees, it's applying, doesn't like it, goes back. Great, now your Minecraft style game has been significantly enhanced with texture blocks. Each block type now procedural generated texture with no noise patterns. Grass block have different textures for top and sides. Dirt has a soil-like texture with small rocks. Stone has rocky textures. Enhanced lightning. Main and secondary to simulate sky reflections. Subtle ground bounce light with green tint to simulate grass leaf. Oh damn. More realistic blocks. Different materials for each face. Random rotation for natural variation. Subtle color jitter to make each block slightly unique. Roughness and metalness. Improved terrain. Hills and valleys use a simple noise function. Occasional stone outcroppings on higher elevation. Variant dirt. Random dirt pockets in some stone areas. Damn, that was a lot. Let's do accept. Let's do reload. And let's hope that web is still working. It doesn't. So it's not a function. Stone context begin path. How many lines of code we already have? Like almost 1000. Crazy. Let's restart the server. Oh, wait, only this one added 984. Did it change the joystick as well? ¿Por qué? Okay. I just saw vibe coding and I had to come check it out. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on vibe coding. It's fun as a way to explore and to push the limits of coding using AI, and doing that in an environment where it's like a game. Like you don't have like clear goals and stuff like that. You're just messing around trying to see what else you can do, and you're building on top of each other. And as the project grows, I think you realize you hit some limitations, and maybe you also realize that a lot of things are possible. So very exciting so far. It's undefined. I'm wondering if the textures are generated or they should be loaded somehow. This error is occurring because we are trying to use Canvas API method in React Native environment, which doesn't have the same DOM API as web browser. Let's fix the texture generation code to work properly in React Native. Instead of using Canvas API, we'll create a simpler texture using ThreeJS built-in capabilities. Okay, so it's not going to use. Okay, it's generating. Our app looks like this right now. Thank you, Catalin. And let's do accept file. And it doesn't stop, it continues. Okay, I already like what I see, but I'm going to wait until this one. Let's do accept, reload. And see what we've got. We've got a crash. Okay, look at that. We even have some textures on the blocks themselves, and I'm stuck here somewhere. Okay, that's something interesting. I'm not sure what's happening there with blocks, but that's like a stone. What do you think about these guys? I think that's already better. I think I'm going to do git add, git commit -m. Added more blocks and better lightning. Perfect. I'm gonna probably clean up a little bit here, things that we don't need. It's already out of getting crazy here. Add small pebbles. On the grass, there was what? I think I don't need this one. I think this one is like this part. I don't think that's needed, to be honest. Let's try to reload. Even though it adds something interesting to the game, but not sure if it's actually needed. And what are those? This mesh tuft. Yeah, and now for some reason why is it middle of a screen? Come on, reload. Okay, now there is nothing on top of a grass. I can do that. Perfect. I think I still need to spice it up with faster movement. At the beginning I decreased it, but actually I need, I don't know, 0.5 here and 0.1. Okay, that's perfect. What next? Do we start destroying blocks? Think that would be fun. Let's commit message with the AI too. Maybe I'm lazy. I generate commit messages with AI too. How do you do that? Do you do here commit? Okay, that's nice. Added block patterns and enhanced materials. A little bit lag. Lag on the stream, you mean, I think. Perfect. Let's add, but how do we want to destroy the blocks? Do we want to, I had downloaded a game for reference. I don't know where it is. And I just want to check how they're doing it there. Oh, but you know what nice they're doing is that the whole screen can move a camera, not only the joystick, and the joystick is just for moving. Nice, I know. So let's add the functionality to destroy a block when we long press on it. Yeah, you press on a block you want to destroy and a circle loading indicator loads. Catalin knows the Minecraft, right? Let's add the functionality to destroy blocks when you long press on them. We'll need to add a raycasting system to detect which block the player is looking at, create the long press gesture detector, implement the block destructuring logic. Okay, might be tougher in combination like with gesture detector and so on, but let's see. Back to debugging input made. Ciao us all, good luck. I hope you see you shoot some blocks up. Maybe by tomorrow we are actually going to have a multiplayer as well. Let's do accept. I don't know what I just did, but let's see if I reload. At this point, do we even care like what's happening on the code side? We just we test, and we see if that's what we expected. So if I, for example, look at this block and I don't know, long press. Oh, there is a break. Oh, it added a break. Okay, that also works. How far can you reach with break? Can you reach very far? Okay, but I need long press. Look at the block you want. Press and hold the red break button. While holding, you'll see the target block highlighted. Release the button to destroy the block. But it's not like that. It destroys it right away. If I just press break, it destroys it. On the app.js, let's find break. Animated view. Minimum duration on begin. Handle destroy block. Handle destroy block. Long press. Maybe I should increase this one here. Nope, it does it automatically on begin, on finalize. And it doesn't highlight it. What are the changes? Are they big? I'm thinking like to revert back and take another approach. Raycaster. Update target block. Add a function to find the block being looked at. Find the closest intersection. Apply highlight effect. It doesn't apply any highlight effect. It doesn't apply the highlight. To actually press on the screen. I know what I did with a button because it's, I think, hard to know when a user presses if it's on actual screen or something. If in the 3D world, I mean, it's easier to have a button. But I think first I need to check like why it's not highlighting. Let's improve. Proper color, separate functionalities, improve timing, how to use. Function remains the same, press and hold. Okay, let's do accept. I don't see any changes. Still no highlight. The third icon from the top on the left side. You mean like the git, the here? Let's try a different approach to the block highlighting. The issue might be with how we are handling the materials or the timing of. Let's implement a more direct and visible approach. I've completely changed our approach to block to make it more visibly and reliable. Instead of trying to modify the block's material, which can be complex with multiple materials, we're now using a separate wireframe mesh overlay. That sounds interesting. Let's do accept. Let's reload. And let's see if the highlighting now would work. No, do you see any difference? Am I stupid? What's supposed to happen here? Okay, maybe I'm going to go back because I might be in a dead end. Let's do git stash. And let's do the first. Maybe, can I? Do I continue or do I start a new chat? I already did a new chat. Highlight the block that we are looking at when it is close to us. To highlight blocks when we are close to the player, first I need to understand the current code structure. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Based on my research, I need to implement feature highlighting blocks when the player is looking at them. Here's my plan. Create a raycaster that shoots from the camera. Raycaster is just a line that shoots from the camera and it gives you like the first item that it intersects with. Check if the ray intersects with any blocks. If a block is hit and is close enough, I highlighting by changing material. Reset the highlighting when the player looks away. Let's see. I need to fix the linter errors. Oh, it works. Guys, it works. I think. Yes. It doesn't go back, but it somehow highlights it. Five units. The highlight is done by adding an emissive glow to the block, making it appear brighter. Let's accept everything and let's reload to see it in practice. So something is happening, as you can see, but it doesn't reset. And this highlighting is kind of interesting, not gonna lie. The blocks are highlighted. Oh my god, how to write highlighted like this. But they are not reset when looking away. Let's do accept and see if it works. Still the same problem. Still same problem. They are not reset. Which one seems like complicated issue for some reason. Now I'm thinking, do I even need it? I see the issue now. Let's implement a more robust solution by completely rewriting the highlighting system. The problem might be related on how we are storing and restoring the original materials. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, the application crashed, but it's still generating. So let's see what's going to happen now. Let's do accept. And let's open the application again. Come on. Nope. Okay. And I believe now it's not gonna work at all. Yep. Oh, that one worked. For some weird reason. Bye. Why is it hard to do that? What's happening here? Highlighted block. Check for blocks the player is looking at. Function to check and highlighted blocks. If camera, current world ref, current camera. Get all meshes in the world. Distance, max highlight distance. Okay, maybe I'm going to do it without without highlighting, because for some reason the thing is that here it's in another game, like it's not even the block that we are looking at, but the block that we are clicking. So can I, again, I'm going to go back, git stash, because I'm not really happy with where we got. I'm going to start a new chat. And I'm going to say, highlight the block that the user clicks on. Highlight it by highlighting the edges of the cube with white lines. Let's see. Okay, let's see what is generating this time. Okay, it's quite slow because it's still fixing it. It's still writing. For some reason, oh, wait, it works. Or no. Now I have a crosshair, how's it called, like in the center. But it's laggy because it's still working, but this one highlighted it nicely. That's something that I'm happy with. So is it finished if I do accept? It's very laggy for some reason. And then it was working, now it's not working. See? Or maybe it works with pressing on it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at that. But when I press, it just takes the block in front of the crosshair. Like if I look here and press, it takes this one. But if I press on the top one, it's not going to select it, only if I look at it. I think it's challenging to do that. But let's see. First of all, I would like to see if we accept these changes. Highlight edges on the block interface. Highlighted block. What does it do? Highlight block from the previous one. Handle block selection. Add a function to handle the block selection. Check with intersection with a block. I need the crosshair, but anyway. I like how the highlighting works, but I would prefer to highlight the block that we are clicking on, not the block in front of me. Is it possible to get which block is the user pressing on? Your stream is lagging, sorry for that. Even my PC was lagging for a bit, for some reason. Maybe like all the agent that is, but I don't know, we'll see. So I understand you want to highlight a specific block that the user is clicking on rather than just the block in the center of the screen. Let me modify the implementation to detect the exact block that is being clicked. To do this, change the raycaster to use the touch position instead of the center of the screen. Convert the touch coordinates to normalized device coordinates for the raycaster. Let's accept, let's reload, and let's see. Now if I click on this one, get bounding climbing is not a function. Event target. You're right, React Native isn't available since it's a web API. Let's fix it by using the dimensions of a screen instead. Okay. Let's check the gesture handler, provide the correct properties. Let's try to accept. Oh, look at this. Even has touch events. Oh, this is what I think I don't like. When I look at this like this, the point of view, the focal length of a camera is different. But anyway, what I'm trying to do here works really nicely. I'm very happy with how it works. Cool. Let's go ahead and commit the changes. First of all, I would like to see a little bit like what's going on here. Highlighted block, touch X, touch Y, touch visible. Highlight block, add functions to highlight a block. Gesture detector. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and say, I think we are good with this. Git add, git commit, or let's do it like this. Commit. I don't like this commit message. Git commit, highlight the block we click on. Perfect. As I was saying, not sure if it's easy to fix, but I don't really like the field of view, if that's how it's called. Where did we start? Somewhere here, come on. Or maybe it's good. Okay. Let me implement the next one. When I long press on a block, I want to destroy it. Also, show a UI feedback of the loading state. If I, before, maybe that one is going to come next. When I long press on a block, I want to destroy it. Let's see what's gonna happen now. What's happening here? I'll implement a feature to destroy blocks. Why is it in text? This requires adding long press gesture handler and a function to remove blocks from a screen. The apply model made the following changes. Don't think that's right. Some hallucination. Let's do agent. Why was not agent? Let's implement the feature of destroying a block. I want a block to be destroyed after we long press on it on the screen. Show a UI indicator of the action loading. This file is getting big. It's already 1000 lines of code. And I know that Peter Levels is doing this kind of one file long, but I'm already like, I'm lost here. I want to separate things into different files. Let's do accept and test it out. Also a reload. So if I click on it, okay. And if I hold, oh, nice. Oh, that's so cool. The only thing is that, for example, if I do this one, the only thing is that it doesn't destroy when it reaches the end, it destroys when I release, but everything else is perfect. Nice, nice. Perfect. One small change. Let's destroy the block when the let's destroy the block not on press released, but when the, I don't know, long press reaches the threshold. I don't know how to explain it correctly. Like now after like 2.5 hours, it's a bit even hard to ask it. But what I mean is like, I want it to destroy it as soon as we reach the end, not when I release it, because at the moment it simply stops at the end and only when I release it destroys. Let's see if it understood me. I'll modify the code to destroy the block as soon as the long press reaches the threshold when the progress indicator is fully filled. Rather than waiting for this will make the interactions feel more responsive. I believe so. Let's do accept. Let's do reload. It looks like low frame rate. This is only because of simulator. It's actually running in the physical device. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's actually low frame rate. Maybe it's because it's in development, but we'll see. So now if I look at this one and say, hey, destroy, it destroys. And it doesn't start the next one, like it still waits. Perfect. I would also, first I like everything what I see, so I'm going to do git commit -am destroy blocks. I will say, hey, if I select this one and then I start destroying this one, highlight it. So highlight not only on click, but also when we start the long press to destroy. I'll modify the code to highlight the block as soon as we start the long press, in addition to highlighting on a regular tap. This will provide immediate visual feedback about which block is being targeted for destruction. Destruction. Okay, is that everything? Except, let's do reload. And if I select this one, and when I start destroying this one, don't really like that it shows that red as soon as I click on it, because I simply click on it and it shows, but it's okay. Okay, perfect. Let's do the same git commit. What I want to do next is let's replace the right joystick responsible for camera movement to be handled by the pan gestures on the whole screen. Let's see if that is going to help. Like, what I want to do is get rid of the right joystick and be able to move a camera when I just scroll around the screen. Will that work? Handle camera joystick. I don't know what's happening. And I'll replace the right joystick with a whole screen of camera. This will give a more natural and immersive experience for controlling the camera. Accept. Let's do reload and let's see. I'm not sure if it will work with everything else that we have. But we don't have a right joystick and I cannot move because it selects blocks. Seems like it is not working. When I try to pan or drag, it triggers the highlighting behavior on blocks. Let's see. Let's fix the issue we're completing with a blocks highlighting behavior. Problem is likely that our gesture detection system is not properly distinguishing between taps and pans. I'll modify the gesture handling to ensure they don't interfere with each other. Activated after long press. Yeah, mean distance. Okay. I fixed the gesture handling to properly distinguish. Let's see if it will work. Reload. Here we have it. Yeah, too fast. Too fast. What's happening? Okay, that's, I think, nice actually how it works, because it doesn't continue going here. It's like a joystick. Like, I'm not sure if you can, I don't think you can see like what's happening, but I think it's very intuitive how it works. The only problem with it still kind of triggers the highlighting. So if I do that, I think it's good. I think it's good. Let me double check some stuff here. Maybe. Not sure where that is. It's already too much. Gesture race, gesture pan, minimum distance. Require minimum movement to be considered a pan. So if we don't move, it's not considered. And then here, block interaction, gesture. Tap, limit the distance for a tap to be recognized. And long press. This is like, it says 800, but it does that like as soon as possible. Start on begin. I want to double check something on begin and on start. Pan React Native gesture handler. On begin. Begin and active on start. Active recognizer has recognized the gesture. It will become and stay active until the gesture finishes. But began is gesture recognizer has started receiving touch streams. So begin, are we using here begin? I think we need to use on start. Because we have this max distance and min duration on start. Let me go here. Long press on start and not on finalize, but the other one on end, or maybe on finalize. Let's try now to check it out. So something is working, but not fully. Like press events are working, doing this are working. Oh, and this one is also working. And maybe I'm not going to do 800, but 500 milliseconds. Now it's properly working. Nice. So I can move my screen around, nothing happens. I can, what's going on here? This looks very weird. They're kind of very stretched. Is it the same now? What's going on here? Guys, come on. Reload. Anyway, I can look at a block, which is huge. I can select it, but if I long press on it, it destroys. But I also run handle block selection. Tap, 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 tap. Look what I'm going to do. There was a onBegin, right? And in the onBegin, I will do handle. What's going on there? So I want to handle block selection when it begins, but when it starts, like after 500 milliseconds, I want to start the destroying process. So now if I click, it works. If I click, it works. If I long press, it only starts. Oh, you know what? And it here shouldn't be on finalize, but on end. Because it was not stopping the progress. Let's see. If I start, I cannot cancel. Why? Console log. Let's do event.state or something like that. Long press ended. State 5. Oh, wait a second. Cancel destruction. I think I broke it. I broke it. Did I had any changes before that, or that's what I was working for? Oh, I had like the camera panning. Let me think again. Limit web. So minimum duration. State 5 is the end state for a successful long press. So it's going to cancel it. What if I just cancel it always? If you didn't destroy it, like, we cancel it. Maybe it's not gonna work at all. So if I cancel works, but if I hold it till the end, it destroys. Nice. I can press, it doesn't start the destruction. It only starts when I long press, and I can release, nothing happens. and if I hold it till the end, it destroys. And I can also move around like this. Perfect. For some reason, there is some weird stuff there going on, but everything else now here works nicely. Git commit. Improved rotation. Let me do what now? Restart the server to see like why is it so weird. And let's do reload. The streaming status is poor. Sorry for that. Imposter syndrome wanted me deaf for coding with AI. Thanks for comforting me. I'm not alone. Even Vadim is in the soup. Yes, go ahead. Use AI like this. You need to just get better at it. Okie dokie. Why it's taking so long? Come on. Don't. Okay, nice. Now it works. I can jump. I can move like this. In the world, I can go ahead and destroy this block. And this one as well. Actually, on the device, there is a problem that you hold on the block, and what you see here on the screen, it looks nice. But on the device, I don't see that red dot because it's right behind my finger. So maybe I should increase the size of it. Increase the size of the indicator that destroys a block, because now it's under the finger and not visible. It should be in the app.js somewhere here. Let's do accept, reload. And now, yes, now it's just a little bit on the top, which is nice. Okay, maybe too much to the top, but it's okay. Cool. What should be the next features, guys? Let's do git add git commit minus fix indicator. I think the next one is going to be putting on blocks, like adding blocks, right? Let me just double check for some inspiration how that is working in our games. So I need to select a block. Nice. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's create a UI. I think it's called, how is it called? HUD menu? Yeah, I don't remember what does it mean. Head-up display. HUD menu on the bottom center of the screen with 4 cells that will contain block types. Make the block types inside the cell dynamic, because later we will add an inventory system. Let's see how that is going to work. Okay. Let's see, I've created, implemented. Let's do accept and check that in a second. Let's give it a try to see how it works. Okay. Nice. And perfect. I can select which one I'm working with. Nice. I think that looks okay. Let me see what happened, because now I'm already losing track of what's happening. It's a use state with inventory and has selected box and displays it somewhere here. Nice. Inventory HUD. Nice. I'll go ahead and commit this one because it looks okay. Inventory HUD. The next step is going to be a bit more tricky, is to build blocks, to add blocks in the world. So that's why I'm committing before, to say now let's implement the feature to build / add blocks, but where the user clicks. I'll implement the feature to build add blocks where the user clicks using the current selected block from the inventory. This will allow users to place blocks in the world. Nice. So far, Oh, I have a break button at the top for some reason. We're gonna see that. Probably it's still working. So what did it do? I'll implement this feature. I've implemented a block building feature that allow users to build mode toggle. Added a button at the top right corner to toggle between break and build. In break mode, tapping highlights the block and long pressing destroys them. In build mode, tapping places the new block at Don't like that one. Blue build break button change. Now I can. Let's at least see like if it works by going into the build and then clicking something. Okay, maybe that was break. Let's go into build. Doesn't work. Oh, I need to accept. I don't really want to accept it, but I can always go back. Let's do accept. I want to test it. I'm curious to see if it actually works. Even though it does, don't want like to switch between build and break. Let's see. If I click there, this is breaking. This is cannot read property geometry of undefined. Well, first of all, I would prefer to handle both building / and breaking in the same mode. Don't like having the user switch between modes. We can build on press when there is a selected item in the HUD and break on long press. Let's see. I'm wondering if I would be able to push this to deploy this application. I'm pretty sure Apple will decline it, saying that it's come on, copycat of Minecraft, even though there are a lot of them on the market. But anyway, but I'm still using Expo Go, so maybe we can all use Expo Go. I don't know. We'll see. I'll modify the code to handle both building and breaking the same mode without requiring the user to switch. And a long press to break. I'll modify the code, simplify the interaction model, key changes. Okay, let's try to accept and reload. So now I cannot read property. Come on. The initial one was something else, but we can. Here it says cannot read property geometry of undefined. Cannot read property geometry of undefined. Where the code is trying to access the geometry property of an undefined object. This typically happens when we are trying to use a mesh that doesn't exist or hasn't been properly initialized. Let's fix this issue by adding a proper null check in the code. Let's do that. I wish Claude 3.7 allowed a little bit more man. A little bit more man? What do you mean? So what did it do? It added the try, remove a block from the scene, if this was highlighted. I don't know if it's correct, but let's go with it. We are vibe coding or what? And let's restart. And reload. Come on. Okay, loading. It's already starting to index slower. Oh no, I committed. I think I'll have to move back if it's not working. Why is the stream so slow? Okay, here it is. We cannot see anything. Let's reload. It crashed. Let's try again. Oh, something is not good right now. Let's do it like this. Revert to previous commit. So we're gonna do that again. Why is it doing that? Boy. No. Let's do npm start. Okay, here it is. I'm not sure why it's not showing here. Give me just 1 second, because it should be visible. New movie recording. Here it is. Okay, here it is. So yeah, we reverted back to the previous functionality of being able to destroy, but not being able to build. Let's start a new chat. We are building a Minecraft clone. Add the building functionality. Add the current selected block from the HUD if there is any selected in the world on the position of the user press events. Let's do that. Yeah, lagging, sorry. Vibe coding also means sending the exact same prompt multiple times until it works, as per Andrei Karpati and Y Combinator. And also knowing like when to make a step back, I think, because sometimes you get into some deep holes of AI that it's harder to fix rather than going back to something that worked and trying again. We saw that we did this a couple of times already. So what's going on here? Let's see what it's doing for building functionalities. I'll help you implement the building functionality for your Minecraft clone. This will allow users to place blocks in the world based on their current selection from the... Based on the code, I'll implement the building functionality. You need to create a new function, place block at position, modify the handle block selection, call our new function when appropriate. Ensure we're using the current selected block from the inventory. I don't like the, is it doing again the build mode? Yeah, it's doing again the build mode. Okay, let's see, accept, reload, and let's give it a go. Don't think I like what I will see. I see they are selected, which is not necessary. Update world matrix. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Probably it's using again like some features that are not available in React Native. Typically, of course, when there is, we're trying to call a method on an object that doesn't exist or hasn't been properly. Let's first look. Are we calling? No, we're not. In here we see that it's coming from where? Update player position. Based on the code review, identify a potential issue. Okay, a lot of changes are happening. Not sure if they are good or not. Yeah, the video, you mean the stream is lagging? Yeah, sorry for that. Got so much code, it's crazy. Let's see, accept here. And let's restart the server. And let's reload as soon as I see it. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Okay, the physics is broken. Again, yeah, no, I don't like it. Okay, let's do again git stash, go back all the changes and try again. I'm going to do a new chat and let's go into the app.jsx and let's implement the building / adding blocks to the world similar to how Minecraft game works. We will add a block. We would add the selected block from the HUD if there is any selected in the world based on the position where the user presses. Handle the building and destructuring in the same game mode, where if I press we build and when I long press I destroy. If there is no block selected in the HUD, pressing on the screen will highlight the block. Will highlight the block. Let's see. It added a noise function. Anthropic CEO Dario is saying, in the next 3 to 6 months, AI is writing 90% of the code, and in 12 months, nearly all code may be generated by AI. And if maybe 1 year ago it was like kind of wishful thinking, nowadays, like looking at what the guys are building with the vibe coding trend, like let's just look at this, like. And what Peter is doing, like probably is in terms of the graphics and so on, is not that impressive. Like what's impressive is how many people are in the game. So there are almost 50 people at the same time every time in the game. So it's crazy. Nice. This is a 2D game. Look at these graphics with water and stuff, all running in web browser with ThreeJS. So yeah, interesting time to be alive. Let's see what's happening here. Let's check the correct way to access the gesture state. He's doing even some searching on the web. He said that today or yesterday. Yeah, I think I read that. Gesture state. Now I need to understand how the inventory structure is working. Now I have a good understanding of a code base. Let's implement the building functionalities. I need to create a function to add blocks of a world, modify the handle block selection. Let's start by implementing add block. Okay, let's see. Come on. Brian, hey, thanks for the very valuable and high quality content. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hopefully you mean the other content on the channel. Not sure if this one today is super valuable, but I hope it shows you what's possible to be done with AI nowadays. Here we have a almost working Minecraft clone that breaks, but it's in the process of changing here. Give me 1 second while it's generating. Or do I need to press search? Or is doing it itself? I think I had to do that myself. I'll bring some water. I ran out of water, and while this is still figuring it out, I'm gonna be back. Or did it finish? Yeah, I'm gonna be back. Guys, look at this guy. Look at this vibe coder. Hello, say hello. How you're doing? He was staying beside my door like so nicely. Hello. So what's happening here? We default stop the agent after 25 tools calls. You can resume the conversation. Please resume the conversation. The live stream is very lagging when you're generating code. That's good to know. Let's do accept. And I'm going to reload and hope for the best. What's happening? I can still destroy. And I can build. Look at that. Boom. I know the jumping got really weird, but I can build this kind of stuff. And if I don't like, I will, I will destroy that one, for example. Yes, it works. I don't like that destroy continues. So what do I mean by that is if I hold, it will destroy this one. I don't know how to show it better. Okay, and we are out. But nice, I think finally we got it correctly to build stuff. Denchik, free FPS Denchik. Like what I mean here is I destroy this one. Okay, now it kind of works. Come on. What's this? I don't know. Can I destroy it? Yes. This is dirt. Perfect. It's amazing. I will look below and I'll just build, jump, build, jump, build, jump, build, jump. Nice. Now I have a game to play. I'm wondering how many frames per second it runs at. Hello, Denchik. Hello. Oh my god, I'm having so much fun already. Let me go ahead and finally I will do a git commit building. Oh, you know what? Look at this. It actually, we are updating how many items of this we have. Nice. Whew, that's cool. What did I want it to do? What next, guys? Build a dirt house. I don't know, Catalin, if I can do that, but let's try. I'm gonna spend so much time. Maybe we can add the God mode, or how is it called, where you can fly. Well, it's still like super challenging to do that, especially with Denchik here. This is a house. What's happening with jumping? Not my problem. Is that a house, Catalin? I don't know. Perfect. Oh boy. So what should we do next? No. Give it to me. Let's try to see if we can create a larger environment, or maybe should I ask it if to refactor this code into multiple files, or should we just do it Peter level style, everything in one file? The Iron Man. I want to add a little bit more interesting, maybe bigger world generation. Yeah, let's try that. Generate a bigger world. Make sure that I'm committed, and if something goes wrong, I can go back. Let's do that. What parts from here like shouldn't be here? Like a lot, right? We generate terrain, I don't think, or generate world somewhere. Create block definitely shouldn't be here. So what's going on here? I'll help you generate a bigger world in your Minecraft game. Let's modify the world size constant and adjust the terrain generation to create a more expansive environment. These simply changes will double the size of a world. However, let's enhance the terrain generation to make it more interesting with larger space. I'll also adjust the camera starting position in a good spot in a larger world. Okay, let's see. It's even finding it hard to apply stuff here. Let's see. Okay. it crashed completely. But I didn't, I put accept all. Let's do reload. Look at this, it's already very more cubes means harder to low FPS. Display the FPS on the screen. So somewhere here we should see the frames per second, and it should be bad. FPS 1, 5, 6. So let's do the performance dropped significantly when doubling the world. We are running on 6 FPS. Can you improve performance? Fully frozen. Oh boy, what's going on? I'm going to quit a lot of applications to make it easier. Damn. That's Twitter. So what's going on? I'm not sure if it is better now. Can you please let me know? It's so bad. Calling. Only render blocks that are within a certain distance. Simplified materials. Use a single material per block type instead of different materials for each face. Reduce details for a distant block. Incremental word generation. Reduced underground blocks. Generate fewer stone blocks by increasing the step size. Optimize rendering. Disable shadow and other expensive rendering. Throttle updates. Only update the visible blocks. Performance monitoring. Let's apply all. Accept all and reload. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Because there are a lot of blocks around. I'm wondering if this is just here. If in production it's going to be better. It's still at 3 FPS. It's good right now. Thank you. I'm just figuring out like if we can improve a little bit like the performance of the game. But it looks like this would be a bottleneck. And I didn't think about that. At Minecraft games like are. I'm very curious like if it's in Expo Go like in development. If I would build, how it would perform. Accept all. Reload. Okay, something is happening. For some reason, like it automatically became worse. Like everything looks worse. I don't know what's happening here with a movement. Is broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do git stash. Okay, so here we are back. Maybe we can ask it display the FPS to bring it back. I think this was a good one. Like if we continue working on the game. I think the Mac is not taking the game well. Hopefully that the agent didn't do like some kind of crazy stuff. Let's do apply. And just by adding FPS, like it drops. You see? Like right now, it looks way worse than it was looking before. So I think I will do git stash. Most probably it's because of moving from different threads. Git stash. Are we reaching the limits of what we try to do here? That's the question. Come on, reload properly. So yeah, like this, I think it's better. It's a little bit more smooth. Yeah. Let's try something else. Now we do not have anything here. Let's try to add a tree. Add a tree in the world. For that, you have to add 2 new block types, wood and leaves, right? Let's see how it will do that. But I'm doing with just asking. So maybe I will stop and move it to the agent mode. Add a tree in our Minecraft clone. For that, you have to create 2 new block types, wood and leaves. Let's see. I'm very curious how it's going to handle the tree. I think like it's very hard. Like my PC is taking it. If I look at the activity monitor, what's going on with the CPU here? OBS is actually taking most of the CPU. But why? So what it's doing here, let's see. It added a new wooden leaves block type. And added colors. Okay, it added the function to generate trees. One second, I'm gonna be back while it's generating. Okay, I'm back. So what happened here? Let's do accept and let's do reload. Do we have any trees? I don't see any trees. I mean, I can go ahead and build a tree. Oh, nice. It's transparent, the leaves. Look at this. It also has something inside. Look at this tree. Oh no, I'm dropping. But why it's not generating trees? The trees will now randomly generate for automine. The wood block have been brown. Would you like me to make it? Frequency. Maybe it's the frequency. Generate trees. Generate tree. And we call it randomly generate trees on grass blocks, but not too close to edges. Map random. 3% chance of a tree. Let's do 30% of a tree. I want to see trees. We are spawning a tree. Okay, that's not very good. Again, we are spawning a tree. Okay, 30% probably is too much. Let's do 0.5%. Okay, here it is. Look at that. It looks so nice. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Look at this. Oh my god. So happy. All right, so now we have trees. Let's go ahead and do git status, git commit -m trees. You know what I want to do right now? Refactor the code and extract low-level functions and utilities in separate files. But let's do it step by step to be able to test it. Let's see how that is going to work, like refactoring. Because one problem like with AI generated code is going to be like a lot of code. Now we have almost 1,500 lines of code. And it has code at different levels, like low level code of, I don't know, generating the meshes, with high level code of deciding like the frequency or physics and so on. You joined the vibe too. Yes, I think make dir utils. Let's run the command. It will create these utils. Now let's create the blocks.ts file with block related utilities. Look at this. I'm so happy. Oh no! Okay, in this world, we are lucky because we have 2 trees. And started modifying it. So everything related to blocks are here. So what happened here? Let's do accept all. And now our application.js. Why is it still like skybox? Yeah, I think things like skybox, it's a lot of code, like 50 lines of code, but we never adjust it. Like we create it once, and if we need something around regarding that, like we're gonna come here. Terrain. And maybe this way, it's going to be easier for us to improve the performance, because we are going to be able to look at separate files. Interactions, find block at position. So now this file is being updated slowly. Is it done? No, it's still generating. It stopped. It's a lot of calls, but let's resume the conversation. Hopefully it's going to work. Come on. This is taking a long time, like refactoring, because it has like so much context, so much code to fix. I'm really wondering how it's going to do it. Like one thing is refactoring and one thing is improving, because you add a lot of code that might or might not be the best one. And at one point you might say like, okay, now that you have all of this code, improve it, like make it easier to understand, make it. But again, do we need code that is easy to understand when all the code is going to be generated by AI? That's an interesting question. Okay, it's Slowly, it's improving it. What are the chances that it's going to work, like after the refactoring? Still generating. Please say that it's done. We've successfully refactored the code, extracting a low-level function utility separate file. Here is a summary: created types, created utility, updated the app, and it's still 1.2k lines of code. That looks like a lot. It added 1.2k and deleted 200 lines of code, which doesn't make a lot of sense. When we think about refactoring, just moving things around and even like deleting repeated code. But here it added more lines of code than deleting, which gives me an impression that it might not be done correctly. I don't know what's that. File. Give me a second. Okay, here it is. We are in the tree for some reason. Okay, look at this cute. Yeah, what happened here in the app.tsx? I don't think it refactored correctly. Like this kind of, if I do search of this code in my application, I see it in both and only here. But if I see, no, I don't like it. I'm going to do actually git stash. That wasn't a very good thing. And if I do git status, I'm also going to do git remove types, not git remove. I can manually remove them from here. Remove. Come on. Git status. Okay, yeah, so we are back with one huge file. I think we need to take it step by step. We need to say, hey, extract the logic of creating the terrain in a separate file. Extract the logic of setting up the lightning in a separate file, and so on. I think that would be probably would work better. But now if I'm gonna go ahead and do reload, our application should be here. And this is what we achieved today. And I think it's even working, like it's not going to, we're going to be able to move through the leaves. Let's test that by, I don't know, building some things here. Jump. And jump. And I think I can go through the leaves. No, I cannot do. Oh, okay, that's something to know. But I can break the leaves. Nice. All right, guys. So this is vibe coding, a 3D game in 4 hours, a Minecraft clone with features like generating terrain, with features like inventory, building, with breaking stuff, with generating trees, with managing like the physics, all the UI stuff. I think this is pretty impressive. Very happy with how it turned out. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if maybe I should continue this. I'm not sure if I will. We'll see. There are so many other ideas that I want to get into. But if there will be a lot of interest, maybe we can continue it and add multiplayer. That's one thing that I think is going to be cool, to add multiplayer. But for